I think something that's been really difficult for me especially, but also for my husband, is leaving Henry with anybody, like a babysitter or going to preschool or even with his grandparents. It's been really difficult because when I know I'm in control of what insulin he's getting, and I know to check his blood, and I have experience with it now, leaving him with somebody inexperienced is really scary. Because, you know, every scenario in my mind, like if you were to give him too much insulin, he could die. I mean, that's just reality, because you could eliminate all of his blood sugar and kill him. And the doses are so tiny. It's so tiny. I probably should have brought a needle to show you, but it's so tiny. And because he is so little, I mean, his doses are just like drops, literally drops. Like you could give it to him in a medicine dropper. And so that's really scary. But I think that's something we've learned is we've had to let go a little bit and learn, like, he's gonna be okay for 3 hours. And we'll even tell people, like, we check his blood immediately before we take him anywhere. We always check his blood and make sure that he's okay. And then I'll drop him off and say, okay, if he eats a ton, give him some insulin. But otherwise, he's okay until I get home in 2 hours or whatever. But the first time we left overnight, we left him with some family members. We'll just leave it at that. We left him with some family members, and they gave him the wrong insulin. They gave him the baseline insulin instead of like the normal, like, I don't know what to call it, but like the immediate acting insulin for food that he has. And luckily this person recognized it. I had detailed instructions that I had listed out in like color-coded things, so like they knew. But accidents happen, and I wasn't upset at all, like with this person, at all. I wasn't upset with this person. But luckily this person saw it, and they immediately called the emergency hotline that I had left on the paper. And the doctor was like, it's fine, just check his blood more often and make sure that he's eating. So it was fine, but it was like one of those things, like when they told us, and like I said, I wasn't upset, but in my mind I was like, this is why we haven't left him with anybody, because, anyway. So that's, I think, something that's been good is learning to just let go a little bit and realize that I'm not going to be with him every minute of every day for the rest of his life. And someday he's going to be in charge, and he will be the one giving himself insulin. And when he's at school, mommy's not going to sit by him in his desk and make sure that he's getting the right amount of insulin and eating when he needs to. And that's been hard, and it's been scary, but it's been a good, you have to let go. And like accidents happen, like what happened when we were gone, but I think just making sure that whoever you're leaving him with has the resources if something were to happen. They know who to call. Anyway, so yeah, that was exciting, and it was scary, but it was, now I'm like, it's okay. It's a little bit easier for me to leave him. So